Hey, this your boy DJ Wolf. I got something else on my mind here. Last night there was a report that Stevante Clark, brother of Stevante Clark, who was shot to death by Sacramento police. Stevante Clark was arrested recently for disturbing the peace and several other charges. He was at a house that he claimed was his, that he gave out the address to and told people to come on through. Come to find out, it actually was not his house. There was a couple, man and wife, I believe, who actually allowed him to stay there. I don't know under what the conditions was for it or anything. I have no idea. But he did. And he just kind of went ham out there, calling cops B's and MFs and all kind of stuff. He just disrespected everybody who was there, pretty much. You know, whoever the mental health people were and all of that. He just really, he comes off as very bipolar. You know, on some respects, I kind of think it's an act, but I'm not 100% about it. I do know that this guy is not about his brother. I'm still going to say it. I said it then. I say it now. He's about the motherfucking butter biscuits. He's about the money. But then he collected $80,000 from a GoFundMe page. At least that's what was reported. And yet he has no money. He was seen on a video on YouTube by several hundred YouTubers where he was reported at a Best Buy. Initially, I thought he was at a bank, but he was at Best Buy flashing a wad of cash, acting a pluck damn fool. Yet he was broke. This guy, to be honest, I'm on the fence about it. I think he's fucked up in the head, but then I also think he's bullshit. There was a rumor that came out that said that he was recently released from jail around the time his brother was killed. Now he's back in jail for acting the fool. Okay? And at this point, all the clowning he did on TV and stuff and acting the fool recently, I don't think it's going to help much for his case at this point. People all over YouTube have figured that fool out. I told people about this 2-3 weeks ago, that he was perpetrating a fraud. You know, he was perpetrating a major fraud the whole time. He was never about his brother. That's the really messed up part. How you want? And his younger brother looked just like him. Now, don't get me wrong. I can understand him being distraught about the loss of his brother, but if you are as distraught as you are about your brother, funny, he never talked about his brother. He never really talked about him at all. You know, his grandmother had more passion about his brother than he did. You know, what amazed me, I saw a video of her this morning talking about him and about Stefan, and she claims that he was a good kid. But we all know better. You know, good kids don't keep running from the police and keep running. You know, well, not necessarily. So that's not necessarily true. I take that back. But my thing of it is, I'm not saying that guy was guilty, but I'm also, I will say this: those cops were wrong for shooting that young man like they did. That was excessive. If you watch the video, you see Stefan was lying down, and they shot him anyway. Even though he did, at one point I don't know, it's just, like I said, and they kept shooting. That's excessive. And they definitely should be charged for that. You know. But that gets me into another story about how you get these lawyers like Benjamin Dump. And yes, I said Benjamin Dump because he doesn't do anything but get into cases, and then eventually you end up having to dump him because he's all about getting the money. I think he's more of a compensation lawyer than a trial lawyer. You know, I don't think he's an actual trial lawyer. I really don't. He just gathers enough evidence, because I thought about this morning. Benjamin Crump gathers just enough evidence to go out and seek flaws in the system, and then he collects money for the families. That's what he's been doing. He's been doing it for years. All right? And that's kind of what he did with Trayvon, in the case of Trayvon Martin, because he never got the guy convicted. That guy should be, George Zimmerman should be in jail right now. His ass should be under the jail for what he did. I'm sorry. Darren Wilson should have got some time himself. Sorry. I'm going to say that. And the cops who really had choked Eric Gardner shouldn't even be walking the streets today. They should not be. I'm going to say, and I know a lot of YouTubers don't say much about that, but I'm going to keep saying that. Injustice is injustice. Bottom line. And when I see stuff like that going on all the time, I'm going to keep calling out all the time. Sorry, that's just the way I feel about it. You know? That's complete bullshit. This what I see all the time is complete bullshit. Because it is. That's all there is to it. You know? And every time I see it, I get more and more and more upset about it. Every single time. You know? Because this shit ain't right. It's just not right. It's not right at all. Not right at all. You know it. We know it. I know it. You know? And I'm just kind of like, had my fill of the BS. I really have. I've had my fill of it. It gets me so upset. You know? All these families, kids are being murdered by the wayside, man. No one's doing anything about it. Government don't give a fuck. The local laws don't give a fuck. The states don't give a fuck. That's obvious. Well, I ain't gonna get about white people. That's another whole story. You know, we already know what the answer is with that. And to a certain extent, black people don't give a shit. But they don't give, you know. And I'm not gonna even go in there. We already know the story about all of that. That's the bad part about it. And it's to a point now, man, where, you know, we just go to church and pray and praise the Lord and say, the Lord gonna make a way, and that's it. You know, and don't get me wrong. Me personally, I do believe in a higher calling. I do believe in, you know, certain things regarding that. But like they said, no work without faith is completely dead. Can't do anything without it. Nothing. You know, it's like I was telling you about a story about this. I ain't gonna go into that. This chick was telling this doctor, talking about, God got my back, and wouldn't put a bit of work into it, into her efforts. Nothing. You know? And I'm gonna get into the church thing a little later, but not right now. I'm just, you know, no comment. I think I didn't do enough talking about that right now. Like my boy said, no more talk. I'm about to no more talk right about now. At least not for right now. This is DJ Wolf.